Hi guys, I'm here at the CMA Songwriters Series at the O2. Mr. Luke Combs, how you doing, Luke?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Welcome to the UK.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your first time,
First
yeah.
time in, dude. First time in.
So, is this something you really want to target over the next few years?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we're coming back in October, and we hadn't even left yet. So yeah, we wanted to service the folks over here because I know that you guys don't get a ton of shows, so we wanted to be kind of those folks for you guys.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, if there's ever an icon for aspiring musicians out in Nashville, you're the man because you haven't had it haven't had it the easy way, I should say.
Yeah.
Over the last few years. It's been a long road for you.
It has, man. I started in college and doing it all on my own, and moved to Nashville like everybody else, kid with a dream kind of thing, and I think to me it's a lot sweeter when you do it that way. When you go to town and you know that you've put in the work and you've played the shows and written the songs, to me that's a very rewarding feeling.
Yeah, and obviously the moment that kind of broke you was Hurricane, of course, and that's the song that everybody out in Nashville that's chasing a dream just craves, isn't it? So tell us about that song and
it is
the journey that's been on.
Yeah, that song, man, I wrote that in November of 2014. Met my producer Scott a month or two later, and I said, hey man, I want to record a 6-song EP thing, and so I kind of did the budgeting on my own. I didn't have a manager or a label or a publishing deal or anything, so I kind of got the funds together myself. And when it came time to master the songs, I had never mastered my first 2 EPs, and so I didn't account for that expense. And when he said, hey, it's going to be $200 a song to master these, I said, listen, dude, I have $200. And so I sat down and listened to him. I hadn't even cut vocals yet. I had just had the tracking vocals. So I spent the last $200 I had to master Hurricane. And so that's the only time I ever sang in the studio is the track that's on the radio. And it ended up selling 15,000 copies that week, which funded the rest of the EP, which led to my record deal and management and all that crazy stuff.
And you've stuck with the same producer ever since, haven't you, Scott Moffat? So
Yeah.
tell us about working with him and what he adds to the whole project.
He is a nut, to say the least. Me and Scott hate each other in a good way. But no, we just recorded 20 new songs in 7 days in January, all songs that I co-wrote. And he brings something that is just different. He's not producing anybody else. He's never produced anything in Nashville, so it's just kind of a different sound. And he has it's crazy if you look at him, you wouldn't think that he grew up listening to country music, being a Canadian guy in a boy band. Yeah. But he has a ton of super country roots, man, and his knowledge is way deeper than mine even on the classic stuff. And so he brings a cool, unique thing to what we do, and I think that shined through on this first record.
Yeah. What's really cool about the album, I feel like it's completely who you are as well as an artist, and you've obviously been given a lot of freedom from Sony as well to do that. So tell us about what that's like to be a part of that Sony family and what they've allowed you to do.
I mean, it's amazing, man. I mean, just saying that you have a deal with Columbia Records, it's kind of hard. It's like saying you played soccer for Manchester United or something. I don't know. I don't know the correct correlation there, but it's an amazing thing, and Sony's been wonderful, and they've kind of, I don't want to say stayed out of the way, that's the wrong thing, but they let me do what I want to do and put out what I want to put out, and I super appreciate that, because this first record, I mean, we walked in when I got this deal, this first record was done, and we said, hey man, here's the record, what do you think? They said, we love it, we want you to be able to do this every time, and so that takes a lot of pressure off of you as an artist, because you can just go in, do your thing, enjoy it. You don't have to worry about whether they're going to like it, because they love it so far. So.
And One Number Away is the new single. Yeah. That's such an anthem. That's such a great song. Tell us about where that came from and why you chose that as a single.
Yeah, I think it came from that place where me and my co-writers were sitting in a room and talking about how everybody kind of has that person that, when they've had a couple drinks or they're lonely, they end up calling that person because it's kind of a safety net. You don't want to call that person, but you end up doing it anyways. And we said, hey, if all 4 of us feel like this, then there's probably millions of other people who feel the same way about somebody. So I think that's kind of how that song came to be. And Steven came in with a great melody, and it just worked out perfect, man.
It's a great song. And in the States, you've been pretty busy touring on the Don't Tempt Me With a Good Time tour. So what's that been like to be the man having to sell the tickets?
It's been good, man. It's been fun. I mean, there hadn't been one show that hadn't sold out. So I guess pressure's off there. But it's been fun. It's fun going out and doing your own thing. And we were out with Brantley last year, first of 3. And so now we've sold out 3 of those same arenas on our own in a year's time, which is, people tell me it's unprecedented, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. And it's just crazy to get to go out and have your own setup on stage and kind of foster your own environment amongst your own fans. It's really cool.
Well, best of luck with the new single, Luke, and good luck with tonight as well. It's going to be a good event. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Some of your buddies playing tonight, Kip.
But you know what? Yeah, Kip, man. I love Kip. And I'm just meeting Brett, and me and Nicole met in passing. I was writing with her husband, Ronnie, and I'm just meeting Allie for the first time. So it's all kind of new. So we'll see, man. It should be good.
Yeah. Super cool. Well, we look forward to seeing you again in October. And I'm sure we'll have a catch-up. And hopefully have a longer interview next time.
Yes, absolutely.
Cut a little bit short, but yeah, it's good to see you, mate.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank you. Cheers.